सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखमाप्नुयात्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमः श्री यतिराजाय विवेकानंद सूरये सच्चित् सुख स्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे। Dear friends, I'm extremely happy to be here with all of you this evening in this wonderful spiritual atmosphere of the temple with so many gods and goddesses. I am thankful to the organizers for giving me the opportunity of visiting this temple again. This is my second visit to this temple in Indianapolis. 2015 I have come. That time also it is my Lord who had brought me here, and Mr. Anant Kinni and other friends had organized this. The same thing is repeated this time. And I am really very thankful to the organizers and all those who have worked hard for organizing this program and all those who have helped. I am thankful to them. It's wonderful to be in this spiritual atmosphere. Actually, I came to USA. This is the 5th visit of my visit to USA, and I reached here on 5th, New York, and then there were 2 lectures in St. Louis, and after that there were 6 lectures in Chicago, and yesterday we had a lecture in Bloomington, and today I am here. Tomorrow there will be lecture in Cincinnati. Then I go to Washington DC. We have a Vedanta Society there, speech there on 28th, and then go to New York on 22nd. I will be speaking at Vedanta Society of New York. Being Durga Puja, I will be speaking on living goddess Durga. And evening again I will be speaking on Durga. That is another center in Jamaica, Vedanta Center. Swami Vivekananda Philanthropic Center. Then 23rd, Vivekananda Vidyapeeth. They are doing wonderful work. Vivekananda Vidyapeeth. They are doing good work for imparting samskaras into the children. Every week and 2,000 children come. So there I am going to speak on SQ. And from 24th again another speech in New Jersey, and 26th I go to Boston. It's Babson College, Indian Ethos for Modern Management. Then 28th at Providence, Vedanta Society of Providence, 4th Wave of Management. And 29th, 2 speeches, one for the kids, one for the parents at Long Island. And 30th, I fly back to India. So 20 lectures in 25 days, you can understand, is a packed program. But in between, my Lord has managed to get me here. And Anant Kinni ji and others have worked hard for it. So I am very happy to be amidst all of you. The topic that has been given is Swami Vivekananda and practical spirituality. You know, the message of Swami Vivekananda is very vast, spread over 9 volumes of complete works of Swami Vivekananda. Now to give the gist of all of that is very difficult. But fortunately, Swami Vivekananda himself has given the gist. He wrote to Sister Nivedita in a letter. Sister Nivedita, as you know, Miss Margaret Noble, she was a teacher, and Swami Vivekananda gave a credit call to her to sacrifice her life and dedicated her life for educating Indian women, and that is how she came there. And then he gave her Brahmacharya Diksha, and gave another name, the dedicated one, Sister Nivedita. So Swami Vivekananda wrote many letters to Sister Nivedita. One of the letters Swami Vivekananda writes, "My ideal indeed can be put into a few brief words." He himself says, "My ideal indeed can be put into a few brief words. That is, to preach unto mankind their divinity within, and how to make it manifest in every moment of life." This is the special message of Swami Vivekananda. Two parts of it. One, to preach unto mankind their divinity within. And second part is, and how to make it manifest in every moment of their life. And this is what makes him important and makes him special. One person asked him, "Swami Vivekananda, you talk only of Vedanta and message of Upanishad that you have given. What is new you have given?" He said, "Yes, I have not given anything new. But this message was forgotten by us. Adi Shankaracharya came and revived it and wrote commentaries on Upanishads. But he kept this Vedanta in the caves, in the forest. I am born to take this Vedanta to every house, to every person, to every door. That is why I am born." So this is a special contribution of Swami Vivekananda. Taking the Vedanta to every house, to industries, to business houses, every sphere of life, and every individual. This is the special contribution of Swami Vivekananda. And so that is why he said, what we want is not Vedanta for the modern man. What we want is practical Vedanta. What we want is practical spirituality. These three words have to be understood properly. Religion, spirituality, and practical spirituality. Three are different. What is religion? Religion consists in rituals, in performing rituals, fasting, worshipping, prayer, stotra, external rituals. These are all part of religion. The second thing is spirituality. What is spirituality? Spirituality manifesting the divinity within. It is inner development, inner engineering. It is nothing to do with outside. In the modern terminology, we can say it is the development of SQ, spiritual intelligence. Dana Zohar, she is a professor in Oxford University. She has written a beautiful book. The name of the book is SQ, Spiritual Intelligence, the Ultimate Intelligence, where she says neurologically, physiologically, biologically, psychologically, from every point of view, there is a concluding evidence. There is something called SQ, which is the basis of both IQ and EQ. What is IQ? Intelligence quotient. IQ will tell you how to play the game of life. What is EQ? Emotional quotient, emotional intelligence. Daniel Goleman made a research in 1991 and said EQ is more important than IQ. What is EQ? EQ will tell you how to play the game of life under changed circumstances with changed strategies. And what is SQ? SQ will tell you why to play the game of life. What is the meaning of life? What is the purpose of life? Why we are here on this earth? What do we want to achieve? So that at the time of death we don't have any regrets. That is SQ. Meaning of life. Spiritual quotient. Spiritual intelligence. And Dana Zohar says, unfortunately we are living in a dumb society today when we have forgotten the importance of SQ and just we are all concerned with the externals and missing real happiness, real peace. We give the example of a fisherman. A fisherman was sleeping in his boat. It was afternoon. By the side of the Mexican coast, there was a boat in which the fisherman was sleeping. It was afternoon, and there on the bank was a management consultant. He saw this fisherman and he woke him up. Hey, what are you doing? Why are you sleeping? It is only afternoon. Why are you not fishing? And he said in a sleeping posture, sir, you know what happened? Early morning I caught a big fish, a big catch. I sold it. I got a lot of money. And that is enough for my today's needs. My quota is over. And so I am enjoying my sleep. Huh? Is there any quota system here? Why? You should earn more money. Go for fishing, get more money. But what should I do with extra money? Already I have got today's needs. Why? Deposit. Deposit? You never heard the word deposit. Yes, open a bank account and deposit. Then go on depositing. Then what? When you got enough fund, you purchase another boat. When you purchase another boat, again you will get more fishes and more money. What do I with that money? Again deposit. Go on depositing and go on purchasing the boats. And there will be big fleet of boats for with you. Then you become CEO of a multinational company. Then you move your headquarters from Mexico to New York. Open branches all over the world. Expand your business. Then when you expand your business, you will have to take travels all over the world. So naturally there will be bypass surgery. And when there are 3 bypass surgeries and the doctor says no more, then you retire. Retire and sell the company, and come back to me. I am an investment expert from Harvard. I will tell you where to invest the money, how to invest the money, and every month you will get fixed income. And you will be able to sleep nicely without tranquilizers. Sir, I was sleeping nicely till you woke me up. For sleeping nicely is such a roundabout process. Dana Zohar says, this fisherman has got low IQ. He doesn't know how to make money. This management consultant has got high IQ. He knows how to make money. But this fisherman has got high SQ. He knows the purpose of life is to have happiness and peace. And this management consultant has low SQ. He doesn't know what is the purpose of life. So SQ is most important for a human being, not for the animals. Why? Because it is a special prerogative of human beings. IQ is available with all the species, including computers. AI coming in a big way. Just now somebody drove with a car. Car itself stops. You don't have to put brake. He said, I don't put any brake. Car knows. It is more intelligent than me. AI, artificial intelligence. So, even the computers have got intelligence, IQ. But EQ is only available with a few species. But SQ is available only with the human species. That is a special prerogative of a human being. So development of SQ makes you different from animals, and the extent of development of SQ makes you different from other human beings. The more evolved a person, the more is the SQ. And that is exactly what we have to understand, that the priority should be on development of SQ. And then Rana Zohar says, there are 2 things we must remember. That one, the SQ is only prerogative of human beings and not of any other species or animals or birds or all. Secondly, SQ means spiritual quotient, spiritual intelligence. Now, one person may be having low spiritual intelligence, may be highly religious. He goes regularly to the prayers, to the temples, he fasts, follows all external rituals, and yet he is extremely selfish. He deceives others, he cheats others in business. At the same time, he is following all the rituals. So-called religious person he is, but he may be having low SQ. Another person may not be following any ritual, may not be going to the temples, but he is unselfish. He's got service attitude. He wants to serve others. He feels for others. He feels for others. He has got high SQ. And one person having low religion, he may be low in religious development, but may be high in spiritual development. Another person may be high SQ and yet low. So, this religion and spirituality, both are different. Religion concerns the externals, spirituality concerns the internal development, inner development. Inner development gives you happiness and real happiness and peace. Inner development makes you unselfish, makes you concerned for others. If that has not come, we are having low SQ. So Swami Vivekananda in his book in Raj Yoga says, a person may not have read any spiritual book throughout his life. A person may not have visited any temple, any church, any mosque throughout his life. But by the very power of simple good acts, he has come to the point where he is ready to sacrifice his life for serving other people. He is more religious person in the whole world than any other person. Just imagine to what extent he is. He has not gone, he has not read a single religious book. This is the extreme case he is telling. He has not read a single religious book. He has not gone to any temple, church, mosque throughout his life. He doesn't follow any ritual. But he is so nice, he is so good, and he is so unselfish. He wants to serve others and sacrifice his life for others. He is the most religious person in the world. That is spirituality. So that we have to differentiate between religion and spirituality. So Swami Vivekananda gives the gist of the spirituality in his book on Raj Yoga. He says, each soul is potentially divine. The goal of human life is to manifest this divinity within by controlling nature external and internal. Do this either by work or worship or psychic control or philosophy, by one or more or all of these, and be free. This is the whole of religion. Doctrines, dogmas, rituals, temples, churches, mosques are but secondary details. So this is the first part. Swami Vivekananda says, I am born to preach unto mankind that divinity within. And this is what he did in America. Just on 13th, I was in Chicago, in the Art Institute of Chicago, the same place from where Swami Vivekananda spoke in the World's Parliament of Religions on 11 September 1893. He gave his historic speech. Mind you, that was also 9/11. And because we did not listen to his message of harmony of religions, there was another 9/11 after 108 years, and the World Trade Centers were destroyed in New York. Exactly after 108 years. Same date, 11 September, 9/11. It was only a brief speech. Here, everybody was given 5 minutes. But when he stood up and said, sisters and brothers of America, all the 7,000 people stood up and clapped and clapped and clapped for 2 minutes. And then 3 minutes left. Within that, he spoke only 472 words, not even 500 words. That changed the history. History of India, history of the world, history of religious life, history of spiritual phenomena in the whole world, in the history. What did he say? We do not believe in toleration, but we accept all religions as equally true in India. And that is what he did today. And he said, sectarianism, bigotry, and its horrible descendant fanaticism have long possessed this beautiful earth, drenched it often and often with blood, destroyed civilizations, and sent whole nations to despair. Had it not been for these horrible demons, our human society would have been far more advanced than it is now. But the time is come, and I fervently hope that the bell that told this morning in the honor of this convention may be the death knell of all fanaticism, of all persecution, whether with the sword, whether with the pen, and of all uncharitable feelings between persons wending their way to the same goal. This is what he said. That made a great impact. And in the same World's Parliament of Religions, on 15th of September, he read out his paper on Hinduism. And there he gave that message of divinity. On 11th September, he gave the message of harmony of religions, which is a part of Indian culture, Indian spiritual culture. Ekam Sadvitra Bahuda Vadanti. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world, whole globe is our family. We are talking about globalization, but in India, thousands of years back, we talked about globalization. It's a globalization is come on economic front, but where is the globalization on spiritual front, on the cultural front? Unless until global civilization comes, global peace will not come. That is what India stood for. And that is where the roots are. And we have to stick to the roots, those roots. Not only that, we have to spread that roots. That is why Swami Vivekananda started that movement of preaching that message of harmony of religions that he had learned from his master Sri Ramakrishna, who had practiced various religions by turn. He had worshipped Kali, he had the vision of Kali, he worshipped Rama, he had the vision of Rama, he had the vision of Krishna, Radha, Sita, Hanumanji, and then so many other gods and goddesses and all types of worship he did, all methods of Hinduism. Then he practiced Islam and he had the vision of Muhammad, and then he practiced Christianity and then he had the vision of Christ who embraced him. After all of this he said, I practiced all religions I come to. And at the end of, at the climax of every religious practice that I practiced in the laboratory of my life, ultimately I got only one type of experience, transcendental experience, that was infinite happiness. Same type of transcendental experience I got at the end of each and every spiritual practice. So then he declared, as many faiths, so many paths. As many faiths, so many paths. Paths may be different, faith may be different. Ultimate, you will reach, every one of us will reach that ultimate reality. You may go through your path, I may go through your path. Your path is good for you, my path is good for me. Everybody should have that freedom to follow the path that suits him. That is the message that Sri Ramakrishna had given. His life itself was a parliament of religions, and Swami Vivekananda, based on that, he gave this message of harmony of religions. Second, on 15th of September, he gave that message of divinity, where he recited the shloka from Shveta Upanishad. Shurvantu Vishve Amritasya Putra Aye Dhamani Divyani Tastu Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat Tameva Viditva Atibrittumeti Nanya Pantha Viditayanaya. I have found the ancient one who is beyond all miseries. By knowing him alone, you shall be free from all miseries. And then he said, dear sisters and brothers of America, let me call you by the sweet name. What is that name? Amrita Saputra. You are the children of immortal bliss, holy and perfect beings. Yea, divinities are not sinners. It is a sin to call a man so. It is a standing labor on human nature. Come up, O lions, and shake off the delusion that you are sheep. Your souls immortal, spirits free, blessed and eternal. Ye are not matter, ye are not bodies. Matter is a servant, not ye the servant of matter. That is the message of divinity. And he used to give that story of the lion and the sheep, how that lion, the small cub, forgot its own true nature, and the big lion told that lion, small lion, look at the reflection of your face, reflection of my face. Does it resemble that of a sheep or that of me? I am a lion from the forest. And that is how the small lion comes to know that it is a lion and then becomes the king of the forest. The story stays. Swami Vivekananda says this story teaches us that we are already lions. We don't have to become lions. We are already divinity. We don't have to import it. Only we have to manifest it. We have forgotten. We have forgotten. That's all. We have to remember it. Remind us ourselves, we are divine. Vedanta does not recognize sin, it recognizes error. And the greatest error you are making when you say, I am a sinner, I am weak, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. No. Infinite power is already within each and every soul, waiting to be unleashed, waiting to be that potential divinity, waiting to be manifested. That's all. And so, even after he was so popular and all the newspapers were full of praise for him, and the New York Herald wrote, undoubtedly the greatest figure in the parliament of religion is Swami Vivekananda. And after that he became so popular that he had to stay on in America for 3.5 years before going back to India. And he gave that message of divinity. And everywhere he said, you are divine, you are divine. One day an American lady said, Swami, you are trying to hypnotize us, always telling, you are divine, you are divine, you are divine. Swami Vivekananda said, Madam, I am not trying to hypnotize you. I am trying to de-hypnotize you. Because already you hypnotized by thinking, I am a sinner, I am a sinner, I am a sinner. I am not hypnotizing, I am de-hypnotizing. Why? Because you are divine, that is the first truth. You are divine, that is the second truth. You are divine, that is the last truth. There is no truth greater than this. You are divine, whether you know it or not. Today or tomorrow, you will come to know that you are divine. You have got infinite power within you. That message of divinity. And then Swami Vivekananda says, each soul is potentially divine. The goal of human life is to manifest this divinity within. How? By continuing nature, external, internal. How this can be done? By 4 methods. Raj Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga. By one or more or all of these. And be free. Practice these 4 yogas in daily life. In daily life you will get happiness and peace. And ultimately infinite happiness and peace. This is what you will get when you combine all the 4 yogas. So there was an emblem, registered emblem that had to be registered, an emblem. So Swami Vivekananda said emblem should be such that it gives the basic philosophy of the organization called Ramakrishna Mission. So he himself designed that. He gave the design, and that design is, you must have seen in all the publications of Ramakrishna Mission, that symbol of Ramakrishna Mission there. There is, one is the serpent, and that serpent denotes the serpent power, Kundalini Shakti. When you practice Raj Yoga, the Kundalini Shakti, the Kundalini power moves from Muladhara to Sahasrara in a serpentine way. So that serpent denotes the power of Kundalini, that means Raj Yoga. The flower, lotus, denotes love, religion of love, Bhakti Yoga. Sun denotes knowledge, that is Jnana Yoga. And the waves of water, the waves of the karma, that is Karma Yoga. And inside that is a swan. And here it is written below, Tanno Hansa Prachodaya. Hansa means swan. And swan, Hansa, is equal to Paramhansa. Paramhansa is equal to Paramatma. That means this is how God is realized. How? By practicing 4 yogas. Raj Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga and Karma Yoga. We can do only one yoga, but best is to combine all the 4 yogas. So this message of divinity, message of happiness and peace, the message of eternal happiness, peace, was given by Swami Vivekananda for the first time in America. That is the fortune of America. That is the gift that he had given. But Elenius Stark said, unfortunately the gift remains unopened. Why we are suffering? Why so many of suicides? Why so much of depression? Why so much schizophrenia and all that? Because the gift given by Swami Vivekananda in the form of these 4 yogas was not opened at all. So she has written a book, Elenius Stark. The name of the book is The Gift Unopened, where she says, Swami Vivekananda gave his highest treasure, the greatest treasure, the biggest treasure in America. He started with America. And in India he did not give this treasure. He only talked about serving others, and he talked about admonishing them, get up, arise, awake and stop not till the glory is reached. But here he gave that real message of divinity. But we did not open. That's why we are suffering. So She further says, Columbus discovered the soil of America, but Vivekananda discovered the soul of America. And that time he gave that message. It is high time we turn to that message of divinity, the message of 4 yogas. Now this is one part of it, but in India, he did not talk about that Vedanta. He talked about practical Vedanta. Now we come to the practical spirituality. One is religion, external ritual. What is spirituality? Inner development, inner engineering. Now third is practical spirituality. What is practical spirituality different from spirituality? Spirituality is only manifest in the divinity within. But if I am containing that divinity, you are containing that divinity, you are containing that divinity, you are containing that divinity. Each and every human being has got divinity. So, why not worship the Lord who is present in human beings? That is the message given by Sri Ramakrishna. Shiva Jnana Jiv Seva. And Swami Vivekananda, after returning from the West, he started Ramakrishna Mission. Why? To implement the message of Sri Ramakrishna of Shiva Jnana Jiv Seva. What does it mean? Inside every human being there is divinity. You serve that divinity. And so he gave a clarion call to his brother disciples. So far you had heard the mantras Matrudevo Bhava, Pitrudevo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atidhi Devo Bhava. I am giving some additional mantras that are more important nowadays. What is that? Daridra Devo Bhava, Rogi Devo Bhava. Worship the God coming in the form of the poor. Worship the God coming in the form of sick persons. That is the new type of worship that Swami Vivekananda gave. So Sister Nivedita, while introducing Swami Vivekananda's, this whole complete works of Swami Vivekananda, in the beginning, introduction, Sister Nivedita says that one and many are same. It is the same divinity which is present in every human being. It is the same divinity present in everywhere. Isha vasamidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena taktena bhunjita ma grida kasasiddhanam, says the Isha Vashopanishad. If the whole world is permeated by one divine consciousness, one divine reality, permeated by Lord, in the form of, in the language of the modern quantum mechanics, it is one consciousness permeating the whole world. And that is why Schrodinger says, consciousness is a singular of which the plural is unknown. It is one consciousness. The whole world is one unity of existence. This is the second part of Vedanta. First part is divinity of the soul. But second part of Vedanta is the solidarity of the whole universe. Sarvam khalu idam brahma. The whole world is permeated by the universe. So what does it follow? Isha vasamidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. Because the whole world is permeated by God, that is why what do we do? Isha vasamidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena taktena bhunjitha ma grida kasya siddhanam. So enjoy the word. How? By renunciation. What? If I renounce, then how will you enjoy? You did not renounce your Mercedes-Benz car. You did not renounce your latest model car, mobile or Apple model or all that. No. What you have to renounce is your proprietorship. Your proprietorship has to be renounced. Your selfishness has to be renounced. That's all that is to renounce. Not renounce the things. So enjoy the word by renunciation. By renunciation of the selfishness. Ma grida kasya. And do not covet others' wealth. Do not covet others' wealth. That is the formula given in Shavashopanishad. And that message of trusteeship management based on this Vedanta for the first time in the corporate sector was given by Swami Vivekananda in America. 1894, when Swami Vivekananda was in Chicago, at that time the richest person in the world was John D. Rockefeller, the emperor of petroleum industry, richest person. But at that time he was passing through a very bad phase. His all had gone, all hair had gone. He had become bald. He had become emaciated. He was on the verge of death. Doctor said, you are not going to live beyond 6 months. That is the pitiable condition. Somebody suggested, why don't you go to my friend's house where an Indian yogi has come. Maybe by his advice you could become better. Swami Vivekananda, Rockefeller says, what? I have to go to a beggar to get advice? No, I will not go. You know, we are beggars. We live on charity. He said, I go to beggar for getting advice, and he did not go. But one fine morning, he suddenly went to the place where Swami Vivekananda was staying. He knocked at the door, the butler opened the door, he entered inside. Now Swami Vivekananda was not in his drawing room. So he went inside his study room without being announced. And as you know, Swami Vivekananda had tremendous power of concentration, was fully absorbed in his reading. So he did not notice Rockefeller coming. Rockefeller stood for some time, then he knocked at the table. Then Swami Vivekananda looked up. Rockefeller said, I am Rockefeller. Swami Vivekananda said, what do you want? Now he was not prepared for this type of treatment. Rockefeller means the President of America would get up. And here is the beggar sitting down asking, what do you want? He said, he was very much annoyed. I don't want anything. Then why have you come? Now he had no reply. He had come without invitation. Then Swami Vivekananda narrated many incidents from the life of Rockefeller which no one else knew except Rockefeller. He became nonplussed. Who has told all these things to you? Swami Vivekananda smiled and said, do you think it is necessary? I can see through your mind as I can see through a glass shelf. Then Rockefeller was very much worked up. My God, he has come to know all my secrets. Then Swami Vivekananda said, my dear Rockefeller, I will give you a piece of advice. Remember, you are not the owner of your wealth. You are a custodian of your wealth, given to you by God. Utilize this money for relieving the sufferings of millions of people. Immediately you will get peace of mind. There is no other way by which you can get peace of mind. Rockefeller was very much annoyed. How dare you talk to me like this? And he just abruptly left as abruptly had come. But after about a week, he came again. Similar fashion. Called the bell, the butler opened the door. He went inside. Swamiji was not in his drawing room. He went inside the study room and Swamiji was fully absorbed. Again he knocked at the table and Swamiji looked up. Then Rockefeller put a piece of paper in which he had made an announcement of a huge donation for a public cause. Swami can read it. Rockefeller said, now you must thank me. I have followed your advice. Swamiji said, well, it is for you to thank me. Because by following my advice, you will get peace of mind, which cannot be purchased by millions of dollars in the market. Peace of mind is very important. And that is the path shown by Swami Vivekananda to the modern man. Trusteeship management. Those who have got money, they should utilize this money for removing the sufferings of millions of people. What they are lacking is peace of mind. Here are the 10% of the people in the world who have so much money they don't know how to utilize it. They are suffering from affluenza. They are suffering from consumerism. And they don't have any peace of mind. They have too much of money. They are suffering because of too much of money. And they are lacking peace of mind. Here are the other 10% of the people who do not have money. They are suffering from less money and they do not have enough food even to eat. So, when these people, rich people will give money and remove the sufferings of these people, what will happen? These people will get peace of mind, these people will get food. It will be a win-win situation. Today in the whole world we are having this paradox. There are few people who do not know how to spend the money and there are few people who do not know how to get the money for getting food even. So, this paradox of difference between have and have-nots, very wide gap is there today. That can be bridged by the message of Swami Vivekananda of practical Vedanta. That God is present in every human being. You worship them first. Utilize this money for removing the sufferings of millions of people. That is what Swami Vivekananda said. And with that intention, why Swami Vivekananda started Ramakrishna Mission? whole background you get from a letter written by Swami Vivekananda to Miss Mary Hell. 9 July 1897, he wrote from Almora to Miss Mary Hell of America. She was staying in Chicago. My dear Mary, I had to talk a lot about myself because I owed that to you. Now I feel my task is done. At the most 3 or 4 years of life is left behind. I never wanted earthly enjoyments. I have lost all wish for my salvation. I must see my machine in strong working. I must see my machine in strong working order, and knowing for sure that I have put in a lever for the good of humanity, which no power can yet drive back, at least in India, I will sleep without caring what will be next. And then he says, and may I be born again and again, and suffer thousands of miseries, so that I may worship the only God that I list, the only God that I believe in, the sum total of all souls, and above all, my God the wicked, my God the miserable, my God the poor of all races of all species, is the special object of my worship. That is why Swami Vivekananda started Ramakrishna. So removing the sufferings of millions of people. They are suffering. All types of suffering is there. Some are suffering from lack of peace, lack of food, lack of clothes. Some are suffering from lack of houses. But more importantly, most of the people are suffering from lack of peace of mind. All the human beings must be served, must be given peace of mind, must be given happiness. Then only the only objective of Ramakrishna mission is, as I told, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. Let all be happy, let all be healthy, let all attain goodness, let none get misery. For which Swami Vivekananda said, I am ready to be born again and again. He said, I do not believe in a religion which cannot wipe the tears of a widow or cannot feed a bread into the hungry mouth. I do not believe in that religion. That is practical spirituality. Now we understand religion, practicing rituals, spirituality, inner engineering, inner development, happiness and peace. To get happiness and peace in everyday life, and to get eternal happiness and peace, that is spirituality. But more important now that is required is practical spirituality. How? It is a double profit. In Gujarat, when I say something, first thing they will ask, what will be the profit? Let me know. Then we will listen to you. I said double profit. It is a double profit business I am telling you. Those who will receive, they will get profit, and those who will give, they will also get profit. When we go to the villagers say, oh, you have come to our village, there must be some selfishness. All come with some ulterior motive. You must have some ulterior motive. Nobody comes here with unselfish service. We know it. So you must have some motive. I said, yes, I confess. We have not come for unselfish service. We have come with a selfish motive. Then the village head was very happy. Hey, Swami, at least he speaks the truth that he has come with a selfish purpose. But I said, you listen to our selfish purpose. We have left our hearth and home and we have become monks. Why? Because we want self-realization. We want infinite happiness, infinite joy. And Swami Vivekananda said, Sri Ramakrishna said, that if you worship God in temples, churches, mosques, of course you will get that, you will realize that self. But if you worship God in man, you will get the realize it quicker. And we want realization quicker. And so we have come to serve you, not you, to serve God who is present in you, in order to the selfish purpose of realizing ourselves. Oh, that is good. That is a good purpose, that good selfishness. This is called practical Vedanta, reaching to the every house. So, Swami Nivedita says, no difference henceforth. This is the realization, Nivedita says, which makes Vivekananda the great preacher of karma, not as divorced from, but as expressing jnana and bhakti. To him the workshop, the farmyard, the laboratory, the field are as true and fit scenes for meeting with God as the cell of a monk at the door of a temple. This is the realization which makes Vivekananda the great preacher of karma, not as divorced from, but as expressing jnana and bhakti. To him the workshop, the laboratory, the field are as true and fit scenes for meeting God with man as the door of a temple and the cell of a monk. No difference henceforth between sacred and secular. To work is to worship, to labor is to pray, to renounce is to conquer. That is the new practical Vedanta that Swami Vivekananda gave for the modern man. You don't have to do anything extra. Whatever you are doing, do it with good purpose. That's all. You don't have to give up your profession, you don't have to give up your job, you don't have to give up your family, children. No. Everything you can have, everything. Only change the motive. Work for others, to live for others. With spiritual illumination and trying to see God in all. Trying to see the same divinity within ourselves and trying to see the same divinity in others. And trying to be little more and more unselfish as much as we can say. Little more unselfish. Little more enlightened self-interest. Enlightened self-interest, but enlightened self-interest. That is how we have to go about. This is the practical Vedanta for which Ramakrishna Mission started. Swami Vivekananda started Ramakrishna Mission. He himself, when he was alive, at that time Kankal Hospital was started. And when the monks started serving the sick people in the streets, then all the other monks, they got furious. What? You are doing all these types of work? Monks are meant only to read scriptures, to meditate. What are you doing? Touching all these untouchables and cleaning the wounds, serving them? So they gave a new label to us, Bhangi Sadhu. Bhangi means sweeper in India. They are sweeper sadhus. So whenever there will be great feast, they will not allow the monks of Ramakrishna Mission. They are sweeper type, sweeper sadhus. They are touching all these people and serving, and they are not doing the same whatever. But it so happened that particular medical center became very big hospital in time. And one of the great leaders of those monks, Mahamandaleshwar, had come for the treatment in a hospital. When he saw the spirit of worship of the monks, he was so much moved. He said, no, these monks are doing the right thing. We all should follow them. Worship of God in man. This is the need of the hour. And from that time onwards, we got recognition from the public, from the monks, from the sadhu samaj. And it's now what happens. Whenever there is any feast, two places are reserved for the monks of Ramakrishna Mission. Unless they come, the feast does not start. Reverse thing has happened. But after 100 years, it takes time for acceptance. In the beginning, we have to undergo. So Swami Vivekananda started those hospitals in Benares, in Kankal, started the center in 1994 in New York. And when he passed away, on 4 July 1902, he selected that day, because he had got a boon from the Shiva. When he had gone to Amarnath, Shiva had given a boon that you will die whenever you want. Ichha Mrityu. So he selected, 4 days back he told his attendant to bring almanac, and he was seeing all the dates and all things. And then he said, when I die, you cremate me here on the bank of the Ganges. There was a tree. The tree, on the same cross there is another tree of the bell tree. He said, near the tree you cremate me. Then he was asked, why you want to give up your body? It's only 30, you are so young. Why do you want to give up your body so quickly? He said, I have done enough for next 1500 years. I have given a message which will take 1500 years for you to understand and implement. So I have done enough. I have done my job and not going without doing my job. 39 years only. And he was cremated on the bank of the Ganges, the same place where he had said. But he had told also, it may be that I should find it good to get outside of this body, to cast it off like a disused garment, but I shall not cease to work. I shall inspire many everywhere until the world shall know that it is one with God. This is what he told as he continues to be in a subtle form and inspiring any number of people to serve others and to serve, to spread the message of divinity and serve the people who are in anguish, who are suffering, to bring solace to them. So many are working in villages, so many have become monks, so many have not become monks, still they are celibates, so many have become social workers, so many have doctors, they have given their services, they have started NGOs, n number of NGOs and all that. When Swami, just see, Swami Vivekananda, when he passed away, entered into Mahasamadhi, he sat in meditation, and in the wings of the meditation he left this world on 4 July 1902. Normally when a leader dies, gradually the organization dies. Gradually, the organization dies. Here what you find, because he practiced servant leadership, Swami Vivekananda practiced servant leadership, what happens? That when he died, there were 5 centers. Today, there are 265 centers of Ramakrishna Mutt mission spread all over the world. 67 abroad, 200 in India, plus 49 sub-centers, apart from 1,200 non-affiliated centers which are run by our devotees and friends with our cooperation. So much vast network has come, which is growing and growing and growing, and the activities are multiplying. 14 indoor hospitals, 90 outside dispensaries, 60 mobile dispensaries, and about 10 millions of people being served free of cost every year. 2,000 educational institutions where 2 lakh students, 200,000 students are studying. Rural and tribal development projects. So many activities spreading and spreading and spreading because he practiced servant leadership. You will be curious to know that all the activities that are spread over, educational activities, medical activities, most importantly disaster management. Whenever there is a disaster, immediately we start relief work. We don't wait for the order of the government. Immediately we start relief work. Any disaster, anywhere in the country. With all that, last year, and all the accounts of all the centers are integrated into one account in our headquarters, which is Belumat, near Calcutta. You will be happy to know, last year, only 1 year, last year, we collected donation worth rupees 1,000 crore and activities worth 1,000 crore rupees. That amounts to $830 million. That much is the work that is being performed by Ramakrishna Mission in only 1 year. And why? It is not social service that we are doing. Only a part of, it is a part of our worship. Worshipping, of course, we also worship in the morning, evening. We have our temples. We also worship in the morning, evening. We also meditate morning, evening. But most of the time, every monk has to work. And work, it is not work, it is worship. Why it is worship? Because it is worship of the divine in human beings. Morning when we are worshipping, it is worship of God in the temple. And when we are worshipping in the hospital, we are working in the hospital, it is worship of God in sick people. So that is why when I was traveling with Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, that was in 2002, 13 February 2002. Here he was coming for inaugurating one of the school buildings we had constructed as a part of our earthquake rehabilitation project. On 26 January 2001, there was earthquake in Gujarat. So we collected 200 million rupees and we constructed 87 government school buildings, 81 government school buildings and 6 colonies rehabilitation for the people who were affected by earthquake. And one of the schools was inaugurated by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who later on became the President of India. So I was traveling with him by car. Then he asked me many questions about Swami Vivekananda. I narrated many incidents. He got so much interested. But within 3 hours the car reached. And then he inaugurated the school and gave a very wonderful speech. Then he went to the birthplace of Gandhiji. That was in Porbandar. I am talking about Porbandar. And then He took lunch with us and then he went. In the evening, he came from Rajkot to Bombay on to Chennai when he was working in the Anna University as a professor. It is before he became a president. I am talking about, that is 13 February 2002. Now it so happened that on the same day I had to take a flight from Rajkot to Bombay on to Benares for their centenary celebration. So when he came last, seeing me in the aircraft, he was so happy. Swamiji, you are going by the same craft? Oh, that's wonderful. I want to sit near you. Like a small child, I want to sit near you. I said, yes. I will come to you. No, you are a monk. I should come to you. How humble. So I told the person who was visiting me, you go to Dr. Kalamsi, he wants to see me. He sat down there. Swamiji, you told in the morning so many nice things about Swami Vivekananda. Please tell something more. Again I told something. Then within 40 minutes the plane touched Bombay. Oh Swamiji, Bombay has come so quickly. I want to learn many more things. Anyway, it is one of the greatest days of my life. When he was asking for me about so much about Swami Vivekananda, I said, why are you so much interested in Swami Vivekananda? He gave a beautiful reply. He said, Swamiji, I think Swami Vivekananda is a rare saint who converted religion into practical spirituality. Who converted religion to practical spirituality. He did not confine religion to religion alone. Practical spirituality in the form of service. So many service projects. Wherever Dr. Kalam said, I go, so many centers of Ramakrishna, so many big hospitals, so many education institutions, so much of work for the poor and welfare projects and tribal development and rural development. So much of worship of God in man. Practical Vedanta being practiced there in India. In America, it is Vedanta that we preach. In India, it is practical Vedanta that we preach and practice. This is the difference because that is needed there. Here, you have enough food. So now what you want is peace of mind. So here Vedanta classes. So all the centers in America are called Vedanta Society. Even in Europe also. All over, most of the societies, Vedanta Society will be preach Vedanta. There is no hospital or no education. You got enough of that. In India, that is need of the hour that we are doing it. So this is the message of Swami Vivekananda, where he says that we have to worship God in man. This is in the new age. This will serve, this is a double profit. Because those who are served, they will get the basic needs fulfilled. They will get something. But those who serve, they will get much more. They will get n number of times. They will get infinite happiness, infinite knowledge, infinite bliss by worshipping God in man. This is a double profit business about which Swami Vivekananda said in the form of practical Vedanta. So let us try to practice it. I pray to Lord that may He give us strength to practice this practical Vedanta in our everyday life, to practice this spirituality, practical spirituality and spirituality which is more important than religion. And when we become spiritual, we will get happiness and peace in our everyday life, culminating in eternal happiness, peace. And so I pray to the Lord to give us strength to do that. I am very happy to meet you all. I once again thank the organizers for giving the opportunity, and I really thank you for giving a very passionate and a very concentrated hearing. Normally people are not fully absorbed, but you are fully absorbed, for which I give you special thanks. And I end my lecture by bowing down to the divinity which is present in all of you. Thank you very much. Om Shanti Shanti.